Welcome to What's New with AWS. I'm Jeff Barr. I've got 3 awesome launches to share with you today. First up, let's bring 2 cool and powerful AWS services together. Amazon S3. It's been around since 2006, lets you store any amount of data. There are literally thousands of tools, apps, scripts, and utilities that use the S3 APIs in a multitude of ways. AWS Outposts, whole lot newer, launched at reInvent in 2019. Lets you bring AWS compute, storage, and database services into your own data center or colocation space. You can use Outposts to do low latency compute that's great for local data processing, real-time gaming, high-frequency trading, and so forth. So these tools, apps, scripts, utilities, all built atop the S3 APIs or the AWS SDKs, can now be used to store data on an Outpost. The data, metadata, and the tags are all stored durably and redundantly on the Outpost, all protected by server-side encryption. You can keep the data there for the long term, or you could filter, compress, or do other pre-processing before you copy it to an AWS region. You can use all the usual S3 commands to copy data from a bucket in an Outpost to a bucket in a region. You can also use AWS Data Sync. So if you've already got an Outpost and you're using no more than 11 terabytes of EBS storage, you can add up to 48 terabytes of S3 storage with no hardware changes. We've got some other options for you that'll let you add either 48 or 96 terabytes of S3 capacity to an Outpost. You can learn a whole lot more by reading Martin's blog post. Next up, the Amazon Timestream database is now available. As you could probably guess from the name, this is perfect for storing data that describes how something changes over time. This could be production lines, machines, IoT devices, or even IT infrastructure. Timestream is fast, it's scalable, it's serverless, and it's also really cost-effective. You can collect and process trillions of events per day, up to 1,000 times faster, and at 1/10 the cost of a relational database. The recent data is stored in memory. It's replicated across 3 AWS availability zones for durability. The older data is moved to cost-optimized magnetic storage using a retention policy that you define when you create your database. A second policy controls retention on the magnetic storage with a maximum value of 200 years. You can insert data without having to set up a schema. Your queries transparently span the in-memory and the magnetic storage with no effort on your part. To get started with Timestream, you create a database, define your retention policies, and then you just start to put records. From there, you can run time-oriented SQL queries from your code using a JDBC connector. You can also use the console, and you can also use open source tools such as Grafana. To learn more and to see Amazon Timestream in action, you can read Daniela's blog post. Now finally, we launched a preview of AWS Cost Anomaly Detection. This is a part of AWS Cost Explorer. I think you're really going to like it. Behind the scenes, it uses a machine learning model that's going to detect one-time cost surges and then gradual cost increases. Over time, it's going to learn about your historical costs. It's also going to take organic growth and any seasonal trends into consideration. Once it's set up, you're going to get alerts. You also can do root cause analysis. It's going to help you to minimize any unintentional spending. To get started, you simply enable the granular cost anomaly detection by creating some monitor types. You can go really fine-grained with options that go by account, AWS service, cost allocation tag, or a cost category. The models are finalized and set up. 24 hours later, you start to get alerts by email or by SNS. To learn more, you can read the blog post from Bowen and from Juan. That's all for today. We always look forward to your feedback. You can send us an email, leave us a tweet, leave us a comment below. To see some more of our videos, subscribe to our channel, click the bell for notifications. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.